Hey, Yoda's going crazy. This is my little music room. Anyway, most everybody's seen it. Anybody's been friends with me for a little while. But anyway, what's in the box? Oh, what's in the box? It's kind of hard to do when you're staring at a camera. Wee. Hold on. All right, this is what was in the box. It is an LTD or ESP LTD H101 FM. And for the people, you see little smudge marks from the store. Guitar Center did a strange packing job, but we're going to check it out in a minute, see if it actually works. It looks to be in pretty good condition. But all that really matters is, does it work? Nothing falling apart yet. Alright, let's wire it up or plug it up and find out if it works. For everybody who is keeping track of how big of a guitar whore I am, like Brad Ward, yes, this is identical to the H101 I bought last week, but this one doesn't have the Tune-o-matic bridge. Tune-o-matic bridges to me are garbage because you can't adjust each string, and that means you can't really get a great setup because you're at the mercy of however good the bridge is. Because my issue with Tune-o-matics is they never match the neck radius. So anyway, there's that. And anyway, blah blah blah. Unboxing. Y'all, let's plug it up, and yes, I do have pickups coming. They're not here yet. Adios. Okay. Upon final or first inspection, the output jack was all loose and crap, so I had to take it apart, take the back plate off, and take the output jack apart and put it back together where it would actually stay tight in the base plate. And the frets look stupid good. They may be a little dirty, but they look stupid good. Now we're gonna this thing is way out of tune. We're gonna tune it up and plug it up and check it out. All right. Okie dokie, it's tuned up, and of course, the setup is absolutely pathetic, and the strings are wretched. So, but it does work. Absolute garbage. So, it is what it is. There's no relief in the neck. The action is so low it will not ring, and yeah, these strings are like we dig ditches. Anyway, so I'm gonna polish these frets, give it some new strings and a proper setup, and I'll be back. Alright, I'll show you the poor man's way of doing some fret cleaning. Now, we're not actually you're not doing anything with a crowning file, you're not leveling nothing. All we're doing is cleaning this crap. Some people like to use steel wool, and that's a lot faster. But on certain types of necks, you can't use that because it'll scratch the surface. So here's a cheap, fast way. The hardest part about this process is getting the camera to stay still long enough to get it done. So what you want is some painter's tape. And technically, you don't have to do the whole neck if you don't want to. You can do one fret at a time using 2 pieces of tape. But basically, this is the poor man's cheap, easy way to do things. Get you one of these little nail polishing files. Find the side that's used. Some of them will say like buff and polish, but this one, it just says buff. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this yellow side and I'm gonna go across the fret. And I'm gonna clean it up. That's all I'm gonna do. Like I said, you could use 2 pieces of tape. Just take the tape off of one fret, stick it behind the next fret, run your thumbnail across it. All we're doing is cleaning them up. Alrighty, that's one way of doing things. Real cheap, real easy. These things cost about $2, and they're used in a lot of guitar stores, and they will not tell you about it. So I guess I'm gonna get shot for telling you about it. Next step. Okay, the frets are cleaned. I ain't gonna say polished because all I did was clean them. Next is fretboard hydration. Since this guitar is new to me, I'm gonna go ahead and put some stuff on here. And the only thing I have right now, Limonol is the best because it dries quick and you don't have a lot of residue and weird stuff. But I've got this Fender fretboard, fingerboard remedy stuff. So what I'm gonna do is just put a drop. On the bigger frets, you can use a little bit more. And I go overboard with it sometimes, depending on. I mean, this is the first time I've done this guitar, so I'm gonna be pretty crazy with it. So what I'm gonna take is just one of these little microfiber towels and dab it all around. I'm not rubbing it in, I'm just dabbing it around, leveling it out across the fretboard. I'm not rubbing it. Just dabbing. Alright, now what I'm gonna do is let it sit just like that while I have a cigarette. Then when I come back, I'll rub it all in and wipe off the excess. Alrighty, the fretboard goop has been rubbed off and cleaned away. Now the last thing you want to do before you put strings on it, and a lot of people forget this, you don't want to forget this. What you want to do is, see if I can get this a little better. Take a clean rag and make sure you wipe around the pickups and in here where the bridge is and everything, and get all the dust and goop out of there. A lot of people forget about the area until they get the strings on, then they go, crap, you know, I have to do it all again. So do that before you put the strings on. All right, this is the poor man's setup, life hack number 452 or whatever. All right, I know everybody has different preferences for string height and all that stuff, but I'm going to show you a quick, easy way to start with a basic setup. I'm going to take a 2mm pick, and I'm going to slide it under the strings right here at 17th fret. So you got one side of the pick is on 16, one side's on 17. All right, and make sure it's under strings. There's no strings, you know, this under the pick. All the strings have to be on top. Now what I'm gonna do is tap. Hear that? When you hear that, then it's right. I've already set up the first 5, and this is basically just getting a starting point. This is not a finished setup, okay? This is the starting point. If you listen, the high E string has not been moved yet. You hear nothing when you tap it because it's just riding on top of the pick. So I'm gonna move the saddle, if I can find the saddle. And tap it again. Keep on cranking that sucker until you hear the note. Sorry, y'all, I'm going blind. Alright, now I start to hear the note tap. Alright, now I want to make sure that the saddles are flush. I don't want them to be all cockeyed and stuff. And then I'll start playing the guitar, and that's how I'll do the final adjustment on the action to match the radius. You have to play it to actually feel where it's at. Alright, this is going to be the absolute hardest part to capture on video. I've got I did my basic saddle adjustment, and then I went back and fine-tuned it to what it felt like and how it sounded, and I adjusted truss rod because this thing was like basically had a back bow. And now we're going to check with the meter or the gauge and see what it actually looks like. It's going to be really hard to see. Let's see. Alright, got it right at between about 75 thousandths on the low E, 80 on the A, 80 on the D, and I can't see that. That's about the same. Okay. Now, so far, everything looks good except for maybe the high E. All right, check it out. This is the stock pickups. All right, it's got, any of the LTD M series or H series, they have a really fat, bassy kind of pickup. They don't really have a lot of bite. But what I'm looking for here is just a setup, okay? I'm pretty happy. For $250, you're never going to find a guitar that has this good of fretwork. I really recommend LTD. My pickups will be here soon, and then we'll go to that side of things and throw some pickups in it. I'm ecstatic with the way this plays. And, as far as setting up guitars, you have to think about how the person plays. I play really aggressive. I use 2mm picks, and I'm a rip it, grip it kind of guy. I don't play with a feather touch. I'm knocking the snot out of stuff. So my action, I like it to where it sings. I can't get much lower than 80 thousandths. Yeah, I mean, the stock pickups ain't great, but they're not bad. They don't suck. So as soon as the pickups get here, this thing's going to be a beast.